Hello and welcome. Sorry about my sore throat, dear fans and subscribers. Hello and welcome to your daily cricket happening show, dear friends and subscribers. This is your host Ram here. And on this particular cricket show, a sensational victory by Scotland over England in the solitary ODI that England were going to play. England, as you know, are playing just one ODI in Scotland, and Scotland have made history today by defeating England. In fact, it was a very high scoring match in which Scotland actually scored the highest ever score in ODIs by an associate nation. The previous record was held by Kenya with 347, and Scotland breached it by 24 runs as Scotland finished on 371 for 5, which was led by Callum Mcleod, making the first century by a Scottish batsman against England of 140 not out of 94 deliveries, 16 fours and 3 sixes. And England, as you know, are the one who are holding the number one ODI status. They were definitely on course for a victory at the 27th over. They were 220 for 2, but then the Irish bowlers struck it big, and the match went and when they were requiring 11 of 12 balls, one probably thought that England are going to close this, but Safyan Sharif picked up two important wickets, first with the first ball and then with the fifth delivery of the 49th over, to bowl out the Englishmen for 365. Yes, England had Jonathan Barristow, who played an aggressive knock. He made a century. He became the first England player to have scored 3 centuries in a row in ODIs, continuing on the 2 centuries that he made in New Zealand. And so it was a big upset. It was really celebration for Scotland. Scotland, as you know, they are the associate nation, and as I said, they broke a lot of records in their path today. Callum Mcleod probably made the highest score ever by associate nation as far as Scotland was concerned, and the main thing was now the record for the highest ever total by an associate nation against a full member nation stands in the name of Scotland. Kenya, who made 347, that record has been erased from the cricket history books today. So congratulations to Scotland. There was a lot of wild celebrations when Safyan Sharif dismissed Mark Wood LBW. There were really wild celebrations which went on, and I'm sure Scotland would have celebrated throughout the night. What a victory for Scotland. I mean, on a perfect batting pitch, Scotland, definitely there were a lot of entertainment as far as Scotland. What I admired from them, once they knew that was a batting pitch, they decided to really go for the bowling of the Englishmen, and that was what one would call a gung-ho attitude from Scotland. So congratulations to Scotland. And as far as the first test between Sri Lanka and West Indies were concerned, one definitely knew that things were difficult, but one has to really commend the West Indies. The ball was not turning as much as it would have on the final day, but I thought the West Indian spinners definitely did a great job. I thought one was Roston Chase picking up 4 wickets, Devendra Bishu picking up 3 wickets, and it was all over. And it was a big victory for the West Indians in the first test. And Kushal Mendis went on to score his 5th test century, but could not go any further than 102. It was a big victory for the West Indians by 226 runs in the first test match on the final day. So this is a 3-match series, and West Indies leading the 3-match series now 1-0, and definitely they truly deserve to be there, because first they recovered on the first day from a precarious 147 for 5 to close the day at 260, and they went on to score 414. So let's first get on to the match against against Scotland versus England, which is the one which was a thrilling match. So it was Scotland England. This is the as you know, in the England tour of Scotland, Edinburgh, there's only solitary ODI they were going to play. It was played at Edinburgh, and looking at it, the toss was won by the Scotland. England actually won the toss. It was played at the Grange Cricket Club, and England won the toss and decided that the hosts would actually bat first. Scotland batted first, and well, their openers was Matthew Cross and the new captain of the Scotland team, Kyle Coetzer. And Kyle Coetzer and Matthew Cross were really leaning into the England bowling. They started the assault from the ball one, and they definitely knew, because they were playing in their own conditions, they knew that this was a perfect batting pitch, and one saw the runs were absolutely cascading. And what a partnership, 103 run partnership in 13.4 overs is the biggest partnership by an opening wicket by Scotland. What a partnership that was. There was purely entertaining stuff. Coetzer hitting sixes, Matthew Cross also doing likewise with the front line England. And as we know, England were our #1 ODI ranked in the side as far as ICC rankings are concerned, and today they had to suffer the humiliation of losing by 6 runs. Mark Wood and David Willey were torn apart. Adil Rashid was sent to the cleaners. Liam Plunkett was plundered, and Moeen Ali got a severe whacking from the Scottish batsman. Matthew Cross made 48 of 39 deliveries, 10 fours. Kyle Coetzer's contribution being 58 of 49, 8 fours and 2 sixes. But Callum Mcleod was the one who really did all the bashing, as he went on to score the first ever century by a Scottish batsman against England, as Callum Mcleod was there till the end to pilot the Scotland innings to 371 for 5. As I said, this is the highest ever total by an associate nation against a full member nation. Callum Mcleod was not on 140 of just 94 deliveries, which included 16 fours and 3 sixes. Berrington making 39 of 54, 3 fours, 1 6. Muncy made 55 of 51, 7 fours, 1 6. Budge was making his debut, was out for 11 of 9, 1 ball. Leask actually slammed a 6 in his unbeaten 10 of just 4 deliveries. So 371 for 5, as I said, on a perfect batting pitch, was the perfect effort, one thought, from Ireland. And looking at the bowling figures, Mark Wood 10 overs costing 71 runs with 1 wicket. David Willey 10 overs thrashed for 72 without any wicket to his name. Adil Rashid totally taken to the cleaners, 10 overs 2 for 72. Plunkett was plundered, 10 overs 2 for 85. Moeen Ali was whacked to the tune of 66 runs of his 10 overs with no wickets to show. Now England were given a target of 372, and one reckoned with this England very massive batting lineup that they had, England, one would have probably put their money on England. Well, they lost Jason Roy out for 34. It was left-arm spinner Watt actually providing them the breakthrough when he caught and bowled Jason Roy for 34 of 32 balls, 3 fours. Alex Hale's contribution was 52 of 56, 3 fours and 3 sixes. Jonathan Barristow was the man who was really caning the Scottish bowlers, as he got his third consecutive century in ODIs, and as I said, he has become the first ever England player to have scored 3 centuries on the trot in ODIs, as he slammed 105 of 59 deliveries, 12 fours and 6 sixes included in that. Joe Root contribution, he was run out for 29 of 25, 3 fours, 1 6. Morgan was out for 20 of 15, 1 4, 1 6. Billings out for 12. Now it was the left-arm spinner Watt was very impressive. He took 3 wickets today. Billings was out for 12. Moeen Ali kept the hopes for for England by playing some good strokes, 46 of 33, 3 fours, 3 sixes. Willie unfortunately was out dismissed cheaply for 7 of 4. And then Liam Plunkett held all the cards for England to actually win this. And this is what happened. Liam Plunkett was doing his job well. He had got 47 runs. He was doing his job. But the wickets which went, that was what really caused the problem, as 12 runs were required. Finally, they were 220 for 2. They were doing a good job in 37th over, where the score, they were 200 and, I think they were 220 at one stage. And from there, it was, they collapsed. They didn't collapse, I would say, but they were bowled out for 365. Liam Plunkett was still getting the innings going, but in the end, with 11 of 12 balls, Adil Rashid being run out of the very first delivery of Safyan Sharif, who was bowling the 49th over, and then Mark Wood walked in, and Safyan Sharif slipped in a wonderful Yorker, and Mark Wood was on his way back. And as I said, there were wild celebrations going on in the Scottish camp, as Liam Plunkett was standing still there, not out on 47 or 45, 3 fours and 2 sixes, 365, all out for England. The number one ranked ODI side in the world today was beaten by Scotland, as Scotland, as I said, broke a lot of records, as they picked up their highest ever total by an associate nation against a full member nation. And congratulations to Scotland. Sharif, 9.5 overs, no maiden 1 for 71, bowled a brilliant 49th over. Sole leader was none for 72. Mark Watt was very impressive with his left arm spin today. 10 overs, no maiden 3 for 55. Leask was really thrashed, especially Barristow going and hitting him for 3 sixes in one single over. 4 overs got thrashed for 50 runs without a wicket. Even Zader was 1 maiden 2 for 50. 9 overs for 67 runs for Ricky Barrington with 2 for 67. And there was Budge who was making his ODI debut today for Scotland, but I thought Watt was very impressive with his left arm spin with 3 wickets. Well, so from here we get on to the first test and the final day. And as we were talking about yesterday, they were talking about a lot of ifs and buts, where Kushal Mendes normally gets a century, got a century, got his 5th test century, and he was, in fact, the first wicket to go was Kushal Mendes today. Kushal Mendes, Gabriel got an unplayable delivery. In fact, he got the ball to break up, in the sense it really lifted on Kushal Mendes, and Kushal Mendes, in his attempt to play the stroke, if you look at it, he actually edged the ball to Dowditch. It was basically a length ball outside the off stump, but as I said, the delivery jumped, and before Kushal Mendes could pull his bat out of harm's way, the ball had already taken the touch of his glove and he was gone. So as I said, it was an unplayable delivery. So the next to go, Gamage, who did a good night watchman's job by blocking everything that was bowled to him, was claimed by Devendra Bishu's googly. He was LBW bowled Bishu for 3. Dikwala, Chandimal came in as expected after retiring hurt yesterday, being ill. But today it was, and this was the time when Chase got into the act, and Chandimal was the victim. Chandimal trying to hit a ball over the mid-wicket region really paid the penalty, one could say, as Brathwaite was the one who picked up the wicket. In fact, it was a miscued shot by him. It was a full delivery on the off stump, trying to slog it through the mid-wicket region, went for it and was a goner. As I said, Gamage, the night watchman, he was gone. In fact, if you look at it, they reviewed it and he was given out. Chase then went on to pick up 2 in 2, as he first picked up the wicket of Chandimal, and in the same over he knocked off the last recognised batsman of the Sri Lankan team, which was Niroshan Dikwala, who was LBW to Chase. Now, this was a ball which was outside the off stump, as Dikwala actually got his front foot forward, but the ball probably had taken the edge. In fact, it had hit him on his pad, and it looked in line with the middle stump. So he was gone. LBW bowled Chase for 19, and Chase had really struck two big blows there, because he had taken the wicket of Chandimal and Dikwala in the same over. After that, it was very, very easy meat for the West Indies to complete the victory, as Devendra Bishu ran through the tail. In fact, Devendra Bishu actually got Herat's wicket for naught, and then Rangana Herath was caught by Hope of the bowling issue. It was a ball outside the off stump. He was trying to work it towards the leg side, but that extra bounce did him in, and the ball lobbed easily to Shy Hope, and he was a goner. After that, Chase once again got into the act in the final bend for the West Indies, as it was a ball outside the off stump. Lakmal was forced to push at the delivery from Chase, and that was it. In fact, Lakmal was not happy, but Sri Lanka did not have any reviews, and Lakmal had to walk away back to the pavilion. He was gone. Caught Dawridge bowled Chase for 1, and then the victory cry came when Lahiru Kumara was really beaten by a delivery from Chase, which actually went in through the bat and pad gap through the defensive shot of Lahiru Kumara, and it was snaffled behind by Dawridge behind the stumps. It was all over for the West Indies. Dilruwan Perera was not out on 3, 226 all out, the Sri Lankans, and it was a massive victory by the West Indians. They won the victory, won the first match of the 3-test series by 226 runs at the Queen's Park Oval, Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. As far as the bowling was concerned, Devendra Bishu had 3 for 48, and Chase 8.2 overs and 15 runs and 4 wickets was the real key. He bowled marvellously well. Shane Dawridge got the Player of the Match award as expected, and other than that, Gabriel was the other wicket taker, 2 for 52. So that is over. So the first test match is all done and dusted as far as West Indies and Sri Lanka are concerned. And now looking at some cricket news, which is, as you know, David Warner, who is now out of the Australian team, has been banned for 1 year for the ball tampering incident. He's definitely will be in this particular land where I'm speaking from, Canada, as the T20 league, which is going to be played in Canada. He would be there, but also the news comes in that Warner will be commentating during the ODIs in England. So the Australia actually are doing well on the tour. They already won two tour matches, and now they beat Sussex last, and now news comes in that David Warner will be sitting in the commentator's box, and he will be doing live cricket commentary with the fellow commentators in the England versus Australia ODI series. Other than that, I can just share this, that Bangladesh women have beaten India in the Asia Cup, and Bangladesh have won the Bangladesh women's cricket team has won the Asia Cup for the first time, and they beat India in this Asia Cup. And other than that, the news coming in is that for the England-Australia series, Anderson has been rested for 6 weeks, because they feel that the India tour, which is coming up, is going to be very crucial. So Anderson won't be in action for 1.5 months, because they want to preserve him for the test series against India for sure. So James Anderson has been rested, and also the former great captain and player, and also a very, very good cricket commentator, Ian Chappell, has made a comment saying that India, when they play against England, would be in a position they would be the ones who would be favourites to beat England in England. And these are strong comments coming in from the expert Australian commentator Ian Chappell. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think it's about time for me to wind up this daily cricket show of mine by bidding you all a very goodbye for the day, but promising you that tomorrow you will be seeing me once again in all flesh and blood, which will be on Monday. That's on my next Cricket Happening show. So goodbye.